Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, I've always liked the look of Cole Palmer, Peter, who is a versatile attacker, but I think sometimes we kind of get a bit mixed up with versatility and flexibility, because when he moves around the pitch, it's not necessarily being versatile in different positions. It's just his flexibility, his reading of the game, and that's what I really enjoy about.
Chance for a shot! Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's Son Heung-min. Vardiol. He won't be happy with that one. And that's really well manoeuvred. Van Nistelrooy tries to pass it through. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Bernardo Silva. Now it's João Pedro. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Van Nistelrooy. Good chance here! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Son Heung-min. Looking for the run. It is a corner. Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that was nowhere near his best. And now they can spring out of defence. In with the challenge. Now it's Perez. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. This looks promising. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
Chelsea can now introduce the first of their substitutes. And it's Fabinho. Bruno Fernandes. Vardiol. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Defending was strong and firm. Son Heung-min. Bernardo Silva. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, played right into his path. Now it's João Pedro. Son Heung-min. Fernando Torres. Gives it back. Can he get on the end of this? Palmer puts a cross in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal. have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Oh, he's onto this. He's through now, is he? Big chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That was superb goalkeeping.
Van Nistelrooy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Adams getting this one clear. And it's Fabinho. And a shot! Another save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
Corner number 2 then. Chelsea are looking to go forward now. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold making good progress on the right-hand side. Distributed tidily. Now it's Palmer. Looking to play him in. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a wide position. Chelsea have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Caught offside that time. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. And it's been played through. Oh, crack. Shot a goal! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Son Heung-min.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bruno Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Fabinho. Well, that has not gone well. And this is Torres. And he's worked it through. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Oh, that is a nice touch. Looking for options for movement. Aimed in towards the centre. Climbs up big! And the first half is done. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave and...
Bruno Fernandes! Sticks it away! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Son Heung-min could try cutting inside here. Played into space out wide. Darren Fletcher. Fernando Torres. And that has been cut short. Alexander-Arnold. João Pedro. And he's running through. Can he finish? And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Chelsea have their third corner. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Adams did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Great ball, and he's in here. Decent chance! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go.
And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong.
He's having a shot! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That was a given. It always was.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, that's a key interception. Distributed tidily. That is good strength. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Shevchenko. Marquinhos cuts it out. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Bale. Now it's Olise. Tries to play it through, and it's made its way to him. Can he finish? And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's Nedved. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And that pass just didn't quite work. Played out to the right. Throw in. Makalele kept his eye on it, and he's there. Bale. And he's managed to get free. Ah, such a clever touch. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Olise really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Bale. Now there's a fine ball. Shevchenko. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Flamengo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Makalele is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Threads one in. And this is Bale. Here comes the corner. Cruzeiro with the corner. There first. Bale plays it short. Oh, good spread. Takes the shot! And he comes up trumps again. Nedved. Looking for the run. That is a great pick out. And the shot! Oh, it's hit the post. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's managed to get rid. Ronaldinho. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Olise. Nice bit of trickery. He's shifting through the gears here. Cruzeiro have their second corner now. And it's Alexander-Arnold. That's a good ball out wide. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. And that has been cut short.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Eto'o. Can he get on the end of this? And that could set him on his way. Albert Ferrer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Olise. Nedved. And this is Shevchenko. Chance! Shevchenko! This guy is class! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Flamengo grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And here's Bale. Tries to pass it through. Nedved. Ibrahimovic. Foot in. Now it's Eto'o. Alexander-Arnold. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nedved. Costa Curta. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Eto'o. And this is Eto'o. Chance, surely! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Flamengo will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remain calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. Flamengo get the second half started. Mbappe. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. Albert Ferrer. And it's Makalele. Oh, it's come loose. Davids. Oh, that's a very good chance for a shot! And it's a goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And now he has two. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Shevchenko is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Mbappe. Mbappe puts his foot on the gas. Cruzeiro are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Makalele. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Now it's Shevchenko. Albert Ferrer.
Flamengo are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Costa Curta. Cannavaro. Flamengo finding their passes. Can he get it through? And this is Eto'o. Crosses it. Diving header! And yes, it's there! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
Such a good gamble to take, and one that paid off very handsomely. Good job he trusted his instincts.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition...
He's one-on-one! And this is Shevchenko. Serginho. Ronaldinho. And it's Bale. Now Mbappe. Not much subtlety about that challenge. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Shevchenko. And that is as far as they're going to go. Played out towards the right wing. And he's certainly on... Olise! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Olise is offering a wry smile there.
So, third corner of the game. Bale goes short. Alexander-Arnold. Flamengo are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And he's on his way! Shot could be on. Cruzeiro can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
He can get that clear. Shevchenko is onto this. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And it's Neymar. That's a pretty loose pass. Bale, out to the left it goes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ah, that's a fine interception. Conte. And it's Ronaldinho. Shapes to shoot! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
Now it's Shevchenko. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Conte. Now that looks a decent ball. Marquinhos calmly anticipates. Makaleli. Rijkaard. Costa Curta. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Bale. Ronaldinho. Now, can they get him away? And they've got rid. That'll be a throw. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Rijkaard. And it's Makaleli. And it's Bale. And there goes the final whistle. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Shevchenko. Hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games.
Well, Peter, this is certainly a man who can make all the difference.
King Eric, surely one of the greatest ever to grace the English game. And you've got to say that takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
That's been cut out, well played. And this is Torres. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Fernandez, in with the challenge. Plays a chance for a shot! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay onside, Peter. That was really clever.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Ah, such a clever touch. And it's Scholes.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Now it's Cantona. De Bruyne. Now that looks a decent ball. Cantona has it out wide and in space. He's gone direct here. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Van Nistelrooy. Cantona. De Bruyne. And here's Cantona. Ah, that's a fine interception. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
De Bruyne. Fernando Torres. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And it's De Bruyne. Played out wide. Played back in. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Adams gets across to intercept that. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And he can clear it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. He's having a hit! Manchester United looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
And he's intervened well there. Well, that has not gone well. Now it's Cantona. McAllister. Nicely weighted ball. That ball looks a good one. Chance, surely! Rice. Van Nistelrooy. Fernandez. Darren Fletcher. Oh, played right into his path. Here's Rodri. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. McAllister. Alexander-Arnold.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Knocks it out wide. Fired deep towards the back post. Good read, needed to be. Van Nistelrooy. Half-time getting close now. Oh, easy pickings there. Saliba calmly anticipates. And it's De Bruyne. Short changes him with that pass. And he's managed to get rid. Played in with purpose. Cantona. Now it's Torres. Gets a good foot in there. Rodri. Looking for the run. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Leading 1-0 at the break. Here we go again then.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Torres! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Backward it goes. And the ball's come loose here. Goes looking wide. Van Nistelrooy. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And he's managed to get free. Oh, super ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Torres. It's played through for him. Darren Fletcher. Can he get it through? And this is De Bruyne. Oh, that's fabulous. De Bruyne, he's got tall. Oh, he's given it. Has another go. There it is. Manchester United are back on level terms. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Manchester United grab the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Fernandes. Scholes. De Bruyne knocks it into space. Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out...
And De Bruyne! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy. You lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Now it's De Bruyne. Fernandes cuts out, goes for goal! And that's off target.
Cantona clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
De Bruyne does really well to win the ball there. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And it's De Bruyne. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's having a shot! Oh, it's there! Into the lead once more. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? That's a pretty loose pass. Isak. That's going to go a long way. And they're back on the ball again. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Shapes to shoot! He's got away with one there. Saliba. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Rice. Now it's Isak. Now there's a fine ball. There's the shot! Oh, it's hit the post! De Bruyne! Oh, it's hit the frame of the goal again! Scholes. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Real chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Ball driven towards the far post. Oh, that was vital. And here's McAllister.
Manchester United simply cannot be faulted for their effort here, Peter. They're giving all they have. You can't ask for more.
Isak. Scholes. That's a sharp pass. Tries to play it through. It's a threatening ball. And he's there to get it away. Ball is over the line. Looking to play him in. Isak.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up.
On the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Desperate defending required here. And can he finish it? Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
McAllister is offering a wry smile there.
Not the most accurate pass. McAllister does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Tries to pass it through. He's in a great position here. And he shoots! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
All hands on deck for this one. Alexander-Arnold plays it short. Fletcher with the clearance. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And we're done. Perfect result, perfect outcome, a test passed with flying colours. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part of the players, and it was, for me, well-deserved and well-earned.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, the brilliant De Ligt has both the intelligence and physical traits to make him a class apart as a centre-half. Long passes are something...
And a shot! Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And there you have it! And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. The action has already started. Big header! Oh, that is a terrific save! Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Zuxay! Just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
De Ligt is there, and he can pick it up. Manchester United couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. He's had a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Corner number 2 then. Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Nicely aimed pass. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Oh, it's come loose. Darren Fletcher. De Ligt calmly anticipates. And here's Zirkzee. Zirkzee! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Cantona just eases him off the ball. De Ligt cuts it out. Beckham, and that has been cut short. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Van Nistelrooy. Pass somewhat off target. Threads one in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Chance, surely! That is decidedly lacking.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Chance! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Manchester United really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
He's picked his way through. Van Nistelrooy closing in on goal. He's free. He has got space. Bruno Fernandes. Well, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he cuts out the supply. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Out to the left it goes. That could spell trouble. There will be a throw-in. Bruno Fernandes looks across and plays it in. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that has not gone well. Now it's Berbatov. Ugarte. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Manchester United are looking to break at pace. Now it's Cantona. Ugarte. Now it's Berbatov. And he welcomes it in. Now can he find a... Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
And with that, the end. Did anyone see this coming? Really?
Well, I think, Peter, we've again been reminded of how thin the margins are. When the game was tied, I'm sitting here thinking this could get cautious, as is often the case.
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Van Basten. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Alexander-Arnold, and he was quick to react. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Van Basten. Berbatov. And that's really well manoeuvred. And here's Van Basten. Manchester United have got it. Has a shot! Oh, it's come loose. And now they can clear their lines. Berbatov. Beckham. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that has not gone well. No, he's had it taken off him. Now it's Torres. Threads one in. And this is Van Basten. Van Basten! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Manchester United with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Can he find the finish? And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Van Nistelrooy. That's been cut out, well played. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Cantona going face-to-face with his great rival. Casemiro. Cantona has given away a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Beckham. Van Nistelrooy. Beckham. And they're quick to get it back. That's a pretty loose pass. Berbatov.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And he's intervened well there. And it's Van Basten. Now it's Cantona. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. It's run loose here. Great chance! Oh, would you believe it? The most decisive of all goals. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And that ends it. Did anyone see this coming? And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. We have already started here. Well, Jim, the name Albert Ferrer is certainly familiar to English football fans of a certain vintage.
Yeah, and he's remembered with a great deal of affection as a pacey and tough tackling defender.
There's a quick free kick, and here's Van Nistelrooy.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Great vision. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
No way through. Van Nistelrooy tries to play it through, and that's a nicely shaped ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Cantona. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's had a hit! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Played out wide. And here's Martinelli. And here's Rafinha. Has a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? And here's Rafinha. Rafinha! Quality ball.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Shapes to shoot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Manchester United have their second corner now. Rafinha plays it short, and it's made its way to him. Can he finish? That's got him rattled. Berbatov. That's a cute ball. Rijkaard is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And the pass is intercepted. Albert Ferrer. That's Rijkaard. Manchester United finding their passes.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Back when it goes. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Berbatov. Could move up a gear here. Oh, that's fabulous. Van Nistelrooy! Rijkaard. Rafinha. He shifted it to the flank. That's a pretty loose pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Berbatov. Rafinha. Over to the left. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United have their third corner. Rafinha goes short. Chance to deliver. He's there! In he goes again! Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. And the through ball. And he's lost his man here. Decent chance! Oh, he's done it! The goal to end it all! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And there you...